there are many other methods of sampling, and today we're going to look at sweep nets, pond dipping and pitfall traps. We use sweep nets to sample invertebrates within a habitat.
So if you want to sample the invertebrates in a habitat such as this, a meadow, then you use something called a sweep net. What you need to do is you're going to move the sweep net in an infinity sign, which is basically like a figure of 8 lying on its side, like this, round and round. And you're going to do this 3 times. Then you would repeat it several times within your area to get more reliable results. So here we go. 2 and 3. Okay, so then we'll have a look inside. Here they are. Wow, look at those. So you would have an identification chart and you would try to work out what type of invertebrate that we've caught here and then try to count how many of each different species that we've got.
To sample aquatic life, we can do pond dipping.
Another habitat that we can sample is a pond. We'll need a pond net and a tray here in which we need to get some water to start us off. So we take our pond net and in the same way as we did with the sweep net, we're going to move it in the water in a horizontal figure of 8, like an infinity sign movement. We'll do it 3 times. Third time. And up. Bring it up to our tray and we turn the net inside out and wash off the organisms. Okay. So we picked up lots of organisms here. You can see these mollusks, these water snails here, and there are all sorts of water boatmen, and then lots of little tiny creatures. Can you see this one here at the tip of my finger? And one here. Lots of water fleas and so on. So what you need now is an identification chart, and you would count how many of each different species you've got. So repeat several times in different locations around the pond. 1, 2, 3.
Repeat your sampling in different parts of the pond to get an estimate of the number of various different organisms living in the pond. You take an average to make your results reliable. Another way of sampling invertebrates is using pitfall traps.
What you need is an old yogurt pot or cup with really slippery sides, and you need to place this into a hole in the ground so that the top of the pot is flat with the ground itself. Then you need to put a lid on top, not a sealed lid, but a lid with a gap in between, so that little invertebrates can walk along and then slip down into the pot, and then you can see what you have caught. So the first thing you need to do is select your site, and I've decided I'm going to compare 2 different sites. So I'm going to do out here on the edge of a meadow, and in a moment we're going to go and do one in the woodland. So once you have your site, you'll need a trowel, and you're going to dig a hole that is deep enough to fit this and wide enough. So the second site I've chosen is here in the woods, and I need to dig another pitfall trap site just here. So the hole's dug, the pot's in, and we've put I put a few dried leaves in the bottom there. So now just for the lid, to make sure that the creatures, if any creatures do fall in, that if it rains overnight, then they don't get drowned. So there we go. Pitfall trap ready. We'll come and check in the morning. It's the next day, and here we are. We're going to see what we've captured in our pitfall traps. Oh, we've got a little something here hiding under the leaf. That's an interesting beetle. Another one here, look, there's two. And a few smaller, there are some flies, some tiny creatures. So what I need to do now is get my identification chart. So we're now into the woods. Let's have a look at the pitfall trap here. Oh, I say. Look at all those wood lice. Can you see here and here? Let's just move this around a little bit. Very gently, so we don't disturb them. That's a beetle there. Did you see that? It was playing dead. Did you see how it... Oh look, there's another one. Wow, he was hiding. And a little tiny one here. I think there's something in here. Oh yes, a centipede. Look at that. Very well hidden, wasn't he? And the little carnivore, he'll give me a nip if I'm not careful.
Thank you for watching. Sampling is such fun. Why don't you have a go next time you're out and about in the countryside?